Change Radio. Change Radio. Yonifinyuru wani notaura shinyenzuru. Change Radio. Anoda kunga nyusi dzemandoro kwati. Change Radio. Anoda kunga nyaya dzeshanduko. Change Radio. Change Radio. Change Radio. Change Radio. Change Radio.
The next stop is Taylor's Lane.
Change Radio. Change Radio. Change Radio. Change Radio. Change Radio. Yonifinyuru wani notaura shinyenzuru. Change Radio. Anoda kunga nyusi dzemandoro kwati. Change Radio. Anoda kunga nyaya dzeshanduko.
Okay.
Chief, we can't hear you. I think your mic is not on. We can't hear you. We can't hear you, Chief. Your mic is not on.
I can't hear a thing. I don't know if someone can alert him. I can't hear.
Leo, can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear.
Can everyone hear me now? To our viewers and listeners, my apologies, my sincere apologies. I don't know what is going on here. Mr. Trustendorf, can you hear me? Mr. Trustendorf, can you hear me? Leo, can you hear me? Oh my goodness. To those that are here, can you please confirm whether you can hear me? I'm not sure.
Yeah, now we can hear you. You can go ahead.
Leo, can you please make sure that everything is okay? Because I was speaking for 6 minutes and it looks like nobody was hearing me. Okay, I think we are going to have to restart this because I was speaking alone all this time. My sincere apologies to our viewers and listeners. Thank you so much, those that are just joining us. Yes, we hear you. Thank you so much for that confirmation. It's very important. Yes, as I had said before, I welcome you to this current affairs program by Change Radio. Change Radio is the people's radio station. We bring you everything live. We bring you news every day in 5 languages. I know, and I have to apologize that as Chief Shoshe, I have not been available. I have not been coming to this program, but I know my colleagues have been doing that. Dr. Ranga goes live every Friday, and of course, other people on Change Radio do the same thing. And like I said earlier, we bring you news in 5 languages every day. But that as it may, it doesn't mean that we will not be doing anything. It doesn't mean we are on a recess or we have taken a sabbatical. No, there will be a lot going on behind the scenes. Of course, today we do have a pertinent issue that is going on that I felt we needed to discuss. Change Radio gives you an opportunity to speak out, an opportunity to comment, an opportunity to deliberate, to be part of any conversation of anything that is going on in Zimbabwe. Right now, we have a pertinent issue going on. We have ZANU-PF trying or almost trampling upon the national constitution, the constitution of Zimbabwe.
Chief, we can't hear you.
Next stop is Unsafe.
Sí, así lo estoy. Ay, gracias.
Just a moment. We are fixing some technical issues in the background, but in a few moments, maybe we'll be able to proceed. But the issue at the end is about the constitution. We have to protest against any reason why there should be an alter on the constitution. Eloysius also, you are on mute. Can you hear me? Chips also, can you hear me? You are on mute. Can you unmute?
Can you hear me now?
Now we can hear you. You can go ahead.
I don't know what is going on here, folks. My sincere apologies. I don't know if this is what they call technology or what, but I don't know what's going on. I'm seeing here Advocate Masia is confirming that he can hear me. If you can hear me, please let me know so that we can continue with this program. The devil is a liar. We will go ahead with the program. I don't know what has been causing the interference. Some people are actually saying there's a background noise of children and stuff. I don't have children at my house. The grandsons and the grandchildren are not here. So I don't know exactly what is going on. Leo, can you confirm if any of our guests is here? Senator Timba, Mr. Ndlovu, Mr. Promise Mkwananzi. Okay, there is Senator Timber who will get right into it. Leo, if your phone is the phone that you're using to broadcast on other streams, if you can mute it, because I can also hear some background noise. Senator Timber, can you hear me? Thank you so much for joining us. We have been having all sorts of problems, and I understand you were also having problems connecting, but we are glad that you are here. Please just go ahead and greet our viewers and listeners. Senator Timber, can you hear me? Is Senator Timber on mute, Leo? Leo? Oh, God.
Yeah, I think it's his network. He actually dropped. Maybe he's coming back.
Who else is there? Is Mr. Ndlovu there? Mr.
I'm
Ndlovu,
here.
please go ahead and greet our viewers and
Yes.
listeners.
Greetings to all Zimbabweans over wherever you are, and all our supporters of the struggle, of the revolutionary struggle. I'm glad to be in your show today.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ndlovu. Is that Emmanuel Sitima, the UZ president? Is he there?
No.
Okay. Yeah, you may have Leo. Okay, Senator Timber is back. We just want to give him a time to speak right away. Senator Timber, if you can hear me, please go ahead and greet our viewers and listeners. If you can unmute yourself, we can see that you're speaking, but if you can unmute yourself. Yeah, Leo, you might have to call Senator Timber on WhatsApp. That's why I wanted to use the other device so that I could call him on WhatsApp. If he can't speak here, we have to call him on WhatsApp, and then he can speak through that. Senator, can you unmute yourself and speak? Yeah, he is on mute. Yes, you can go ahead now. Mr. Trustnov, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still around.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's get right into it. Maybe you might help us by calling Mr. Timber after you've given your initial remarks. I just want to know what you think of the situation currently prevailing in Zimbabwe right now. That we have ZANU-PF that passed a resolution at the Bulawayo conference last year that they want to extend Mnangagwa's term. And right now, as we are speaking, they are gathered in Mutare, and they are trying to push that resolution into something that becomes a reality. This, of course, as you know, it involves changing the constitution, and of course, it also involves a referendum being done across the country. But we have heard also some people in ZANU-PF saying they don't even need a referendum. They will just impose Mr. Mnangagwa's third term without going to a referendum. But we want to talk about the constitution itself. That is this what the Zimbabwean people want, and what can we do? The constitution is under threat. ZANU-PF is about to trample upon the national constitution. And of course, we do have some people that are arguing and saying this is a ZANU-PF's internal strife. And the opposition and the citizens of Zimbabwe have no dog in this fight. What are your comments on that?
Okay, thank you very much, Chief Soswe, and all the listeners, to all our progressive forces. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. Well, to start with, what we must note is that this is a regime which came first in 2017 through a coup. And people tried to understand them and sanitize the coup. Then in 2018, we know what happened. But the West came in 2023. We all know, it is on record, that this government came through a flawed process. And that is our starting point. Therefore, it will be very difficult to expect a government that is illegitimate to come out with a democratic process. They have realized that it will not work for them to follow the constitutional route. They've realized that it will not happen, that they will be in government again if they allow the people, the citizens, to choose, to elect a government of their choice. So now, obviously, now they are trying all means. Like you have already indicated that ZANU-PF supporters, they say they don't even want to hear anything about referendum. They know in any process, in any constitutional democratic process where people will be allowed to air their views and to exercise their democratic rights, then ZANU-PF will be buried. But then we cannot allow this to happen. We cannot allow this constitutional distraction, this constitutional violation by a dictator. We have been fighting this. We people of Zimbabwe must unite, must mobilize and fight in all platforms, in every way where they can, to make sure that we have to resist and fight for our constitutional democracy. There's no way Zimbabweans must allow this process to go on like that, to postpone the constitutional mandate of the people, where at the very least, the people of Zimbabwe deserve a platform where they can express their views, where they can vote, where they can mobilize, and you exercise the universal suffrage by voting or choosing a government of their choice. But then we should not allow, we know what the ZANU-PF is doing. ZANU-PF, we have seen how they have impoverished the citizens, how they have promoted, they have looted the coffers of the state, how they have looted the mineral resources and enriched the few, and they are using that to buy and to make everyone give everyone a tag for price, so that they can manipulate the processes. This is the struggle. This is a revolution of the Zimbabwean people. This is something that we should not give up. We should not give the enemy the opportunity to do that. We need to resist. Yes, there are so many ways we can resist. We can use platforms, we can mobilize civil society, we can mobilize our people, our youth, our vendors, everyone. I know it's not going to be easy, but we got to also call the diaspora to come not only with the financial resources, but with the critical ways, with the practical ways to resist this violation of our citizens' rights, because it is our birthright to make sure that we maintain our constitutional democracy. Thank you for now, Mr. Chief.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ndlovu. I just spoke to Mr. Mukwananzi, the former spokesperson of the Democratic Alternative, commonly known as Triple C. You'll be joining us soon, and we'll definitely make arrangements for Senator Timber to be able to give his remarks. As I told you before, that as Change Radio at Pererwe will always find a way of making things work. We know that ZANU PF has been coming after us. Those who know, you know that as it is, our Change Radio WhatsApp group, WhatsApp channel that had over 80,000 followers was taken down after a group of Zimbabweans. We know that the ZANU PF had complained to WhatsApp. They made a group complaint, and we are working on it. We are trying to get back our channel. We know that obviously it's ZANU PF that is behind all this. They want everyone to listen to Dead BC. They want everyone to listen to the Zimbabwe Broadcasting Corporation. So yes, we apologize to our valued followers on WhatsApp because we 80,000 people have been disenfranchised. They are not getting the information that they've been getting. However, whilst we are working with WhatsApp, we have filed our reports and our complaints. We have started another WhatsApp channel where we are broadcasting every day. We will not be defeated, and we will not give up in as far as information dissemination is concerned. To those that are just joining us, we are talking about the Constitution of Zimbabwe, the National Constitution of Zimbabwe, that is under discussion right now in Mutare as ZANU PF is trying to change the Constitution and illegally endorse or illegally impose Emmerson Mnangagwa to a third term. And we are saying no to a third term, but I want to clarify this as we are waiting for Mr. Promise Mkwananzi to come in and give his remarks. I want to clarify and make this emphatically clear that in talking about the Constitution, we are not supporting any of the warring parties in ZANU PF. You can say what you say, people can say what they say, but it is our duty as citizens to defend the Constitution. It is our duty as citizens to say something when people are about to trample on your constitution. This is not a ZANU PF constitution. This is a national constitution. So if you remain quiet, it means in a way you are saying ED can go ahead and do whatever he wants with our constitution. He can go ahead and extend his term. Ndo panoshanda katemiya yekunzi totangira ipapo. Tinotangira ipapo. Let us defend, my apologies. Let us defend the constitution. Kana tichipinda mustreets, tinopinda mustreets, vanenge vakubuda vachiti tasvika pana general, isu totaura kuti hatina kusvika. Kana general varipo vakunzi vapinde, the citizens must come together and say, no, this is not what we are fighting for. We are fighting for the recognition of the 2023 election. We are fighting for the legitimate person, the legitimate president of Zimbabwe to be elected. We are fighting for a transitional authority to take over Zimbabwe, and we don't get out of the streets. So I'm saying this so that we are clear on that, because I know some people will start saying, oh, Chief Shoshe and other people are supporting what is going on in ZANU PF. We don't support that nonsense. We are not going to be used the same way that we were used in 2017. But at the same time, I'm seeing Barbara is here. At the same time, we will not fold our arms. We will not fold our hands and say this is a ZANU-PF internal fight. We will not join, we will not do anything while this ZANU-PF is bastardizing the constitution. We say no to that. We say to that, never. We will fight for the constitution of Zimbabwe, and for that, every patriotic citizen must be prepared to die. Barbara, thank you so much for joining. Please go ahead and greet our viewers and listeners. I think Mr. Mkwananzi will be joining us soon, and he will start speaking. Please do share this video with other people. Barbara, please go ahead.
Just give me 5 minutes, please.
Hello?
Give me 5 minutes. I'm almost there.
Okay, all right, okay. Okay, so yes, Barbara is still making. This is the struggle. You are never ready. Muondo anoaidya vachifamba. Saka ndozviri kutoitika panapa. Vanhu vanenge vari kumabasa, vanhu vanenge vachiita sei. We had technical issues when we started, but we don't stop. We don't give up. We don't get defeated by situations. We will get everyone who is supposed to speak. Remember, we have Senator Timber, who is struggling with his network, and we also have someone from Zinasu, Emmanuel Sitima, the current president of Zinasu. He will be joining us and speaking on behalf of the students, the young people. We want to hear what you also say. The citizens that are here, please keep the comments coming. We are going to get to them. We will read the comments and hear what you say. And if you also want to contribute, you want to come into the studio, just a request. Our technical staff will send you, and we'll get to hear what you think about what ZANU-PF is about to do. No to constitution mutilation. We will not allow that. As citizens, we should not allow that to happen. Mr. Ndovu, you can come in again for a few minutes as Barbara is getting ready and Mr. Mkwananzi is coming in.
Thank you very much, Chief. Yeah, just to note that in Zimbabwe, according to the constitution, it's very clear that Section 91, 2 of the constitution, there are only 2 term limits of the president. And we cannot allow, like you have already indicated, that Mnangagwa and ZANU-PF, they want to extend that to the Mnangagwa's term to the 3rd term. We all know that even if the constitution allows extension of the 2 limits terms and the amendment of through the amendment of the constitution, this will not, or this will also be illegal for the incumbent to serve under the extension or the amendment of the constitution because he's already the current state president. So people, we should fight. We must resist. We need to mobilize our youth. We need to mobilize everyone, everywhere. Our students, young people, old people in the rural, in the cities, everywhere, in the farms, everywhere in diaspora. We need to mobilize. That is we need to conscientize people of their rights. That this mutilation of the constitution, it's a sabotage. It is a sabotage to the constitution of the people. More than nearly 4 million people voted for this constitution in 2013 to exist. We cannot allow that. We cannot allow our voices, which we inputted, our ideas, which we inputted in this constitution, to be violated. We will be failing the citizens, and we must not be cowards. I know that people at this moment we are manipulated time left and right, but it is our right as citizens to stand for our country. We don't have any other country. Even those in diaspora, we all know that home is Zimbabwe. We are the citizens first in our country of birth. There's no way we can claim any other citizenship rights better than in our country of birth. Therefore, it is not only for the ZANU-PF and Mnangagwa to do as they wish, to violate, to sabotage the constitution and manipulate everything in our eyes. It's time we must stand up. It's time people must voice up. It's time we must show that the resilience. With time, we must go back to the drawing board of why the people went to the liberation struggle, why our mothers, our fathers, our uncles went to the liberation struggle. They wanted first and foremost to have a universal suffrage, the right to vote, the one man, one vote. It must fight for it. We must defend it. We must not allow Mnangagwa and his henchmen, Mnangagwa and his other few people that are enjoying the fruits of our country to violate our rights in that manner, to destroy the future of our children. Therefore, it is a call that we are making as citizens to say, let us rally from every corner, regardless of your party, of your partisan, of a particular party that you are affiliated to. Even if you are a ZANU person, it's important that you resist, you stand for the truth, you stand for the constitution, you stand to defend the citizen rights. It is our right as a citizen to stand up and fight for our constitution, to save our constitution. Thank you so much, Chief.
Yes, Mr. Ndova, I have a question for you.
Maybe she is ready.
Yeah, I have a question for you. There are other people that are saying, if you are talking about the constitution, the way we are talking about it right now, in a way you are supporting the other faction in ZANU-PF. Very briefly, because Mr. Mkwananzi is in, very briefly, what do you say to that?
No. Obviously, that's a misconception. That's a misunderstanding of the really rights that we are fighting for. The Constitution is there not to protect a section or a faction of ZANU-PF. The Constitution is there to save the interest of all the citizens of Zimbabweans. Therefore, when we say let's fight for the Constitution, it's not about the faction of ZANU-PF, whether it's under Geza or other Chiwenga or other ED. It's not about that. It's about all citizens. We are not fighting for few people, for a particular party, or for it is a universal thing. It's all. It's actually a given that it will protect all of us. So it's our birthright. Thank you. I hear that.
Thank you, Mr. Ndov. We'll come back to you. We'll come back to you. Hang in there. But now we welcome Mr. Promise Mkwananzi, the people's spokesperson. He is here. Let's hear what he has to say. Mr. Mkwananzi, we are talking about the constitution of Zimbabwe here. As you know, ZANU-PF passed the resolution in its Bulawayo conference last year, and they agreed to change the constitution so to give Mnangagwa an extra 2 years. That's what we had. It was 2030. But now we are hearing about 2035, which means it looks like last year we gave ZANU-PF an inch and they've taken a meter. Now, what do we do as citizens? Do we wait until the constitution has been changed and then we start kicking and screaming, or we fight now? If Mr. Mkwananzi is not there, I will welcome. I think that's Mr. Senator Timber. Is that Senator Timber? Oh, that's Barbara. Okay, Barbara, you can go ahead. Sorry. Oh my goodness. It's called getting old. It's called getting old.
Do I look like a man?
No. You were so far away. Now you are closer. You were so far away. I was just thinking it's either Mkwananzi or Senator Timber or yourself. You were so far away from the camera. Now you're closer.
Okay. Thank you. I was just trying to set up my my gadget. Yeah, thank you so much, Chief Shoshe. Hello, Champion Lovu, and our crew
Hello.
behind the scene, our viewers and listeners. How are you? Lingabe litshona njani mthwakazi omuhle? Lapha elikhona emagumbini amane omhlaba, Maswera say, vadiwa vateereri kwamuri kumativi mana enyika. Yeah, this is a very pertinent discussion, Chief. I would want to start. Today I'm speaking all the languages. Don't worry.
That's good.
So
That's good.
I
We
just
like
want
that.
to.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah. So I think the issue of constitution, Chief, it's our it's a right. You know, a constitution is the supreme. That's the supreme document of the land. You know, it's the final. It's our Bible as a country. That's why you see even the writing process. It's very very inclusive. Everyone participated in the constitution. The old people, the young people, the women, the men, disabled, you know, all the churches, the organizations, they all had an input in the constitution. And I think we all know that our constitution was written in 2013. And, you know, everyone participated. And by that time, there was a government of national unit, meaning to say there were three political parties, the major political parties that were involved: ZANU-PF, MDC-T, and MDC, the one that was led by Wolfman Ngube, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And, you know, besides these three political parties, almost every citizen participated. And I'm very proud, Chief, as I stand here, that I was part and parcel of the process. And when I hear people trying to bastardize this constitution, butcher it, Chief, in their, you know, their circles as ZANU-PF, you know, it pains me. The ZANU-PF wants to act as if they have the monopoly to anything, to any decision that affects us. And it's upon each and every individual to fight for this constitution. You know, they cannot change the constitution, like you're saying, without a referendum. I think it's Champion and Love was talking about the referendum. They cannot change anything in that constitution to do with elections, to do with the term of office. Remember, the major thing that motivated us to write the constitution was the terms, Mugabe term of office, which was, you know, there was no limit to the term of office. And Mugabe wanted to go on and on and on and on. And people would not remove him because the constitution was silent on the terms of term of office. And that's why we had to put two terms. And remember, when we put the two terms, Mugabe said it will not work in retrospective, meaning that it was not going to start from 2013. It was going to start from 2013, not going backwards. If it was if it was in retrospective, Mugabe was not going to stand in 2018. Remember, he was removed in 2017 before the 2018 elections. So he was, if he had not been removed, he was going to he was not going to he was going to contest again because his two terms started from 2013. Imagine, munhu akatanga kutonga ari 1980. You are saying my two terms, they start from 2030. This is what Mnangagwa wants to do. Mnangagwa was one of the people that were saying Mgade Agarisa, he has to do two terms. Now he's done his two terms. He wants to go beyond those two terms. Yes, they might be having problems in ZANU-PF, but we also have the right to say about, we have a right to defend our constitution. It is the right of every citizen of Zimbabwe, whether in Zimbabwe or abroad, to defend this constitution. You know, the constitution, defending the constitution should be the talk of the day. Everyone must be talking about the defending. And yes, we know the Geza Kabao and Chiwengwa, they want to capitalize on that and on the issues to say, you know, what Mnangagwa wants to go beyond 2030 is unconstitutional, because they know people buy their story. But also, we should not forget of what happened in 2017. 2017, I was also part of that. I mean, from Chief, you know, big as I am, I didn't see the difference. You know, I didn't feel the distance when I marched from the high fields, you know, to the State House, and because what I was marching for was bigger than, you know, I couldn't even see the distance, because I was happy that I'm doing the right thing. I'm defending the Constitution, you know, and the war vets had made us believe that we are doing this for everyone. After we remove Mugabe, we are going to sit down and do like a transitional government, and then we go for elections that were free and fair. This is what I personally thought, and this is why I joined the march, you know. But now, Chief, Andina Simba Raja Andina, you understand? That strength that I had in 2017, I no longer have that strength to say I'm gonna march, or I'm gonna encourage people to march, and you know, because I'm now scared, Chief.
Okay, Barbara. Yeah, we have Mr. Mkwananzi has been coming in and dropping. His network is he's struggling with his network, just like Senator Tim.
You can go ahead.
Okay, Mr. Mkwananzi, thank you so much for joining us. Please go ahead and greet our viewers and listeners.
Thank you so much, Chief. A very good evening from Zimbabwe. Whatever time it is there, here it's in the evening.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Mkwananzi. And yeah, the background of the issue, I'm sure you understand it very well. ZANU-PF passed a resolution in 2024 in Bulawayo, and they said they want to extend Mnangagwa's term to 2030. But now, as we are seeing ZANU-PF in Mutare at another ZANU-PF conference, they are no longer talking about 2030. They are now talking about 2035. And obviously, they are talking about changing the constitution, trampling on the people's constitution. We, as citizens, what are we supposed to do? Your comments on that, or direction, or what you think the people of Zimbabwe should do?
Well, first and foremost, the PF is a legal nullity in terms of the constitution of our country. If the laws are followed the way they're supposed to be followed, it is literally impossible to alter the constitution in the manner that they are proposing, unless they decide to violate it. And when they violate the constitution, we demonstrate. You violate, we demonstrate. So it is what it is. The constitution is the epicenter or the cornerstone of our democracy. Anybody that tampers with the constitution is an enemy of the rule of law. Anybody that tampers with the constitution is an enemy of democracy. Anybody that tampers with the constitution is an enemy of good governance. And an enemy of those three things is an enemy of the citizens, is an enemy of the people of Zimbabwe. And the people of Zimbabwe will not sit and watch the constitution they authored being torn apart by a group of individuals who have decided, or that would think that this country belongs to them. This country is not anybody's personal property. Mr. Mnangagwa wrote a letter in 2017, and may I remind him that he said to Mr. Mugabe, this is not your personal property. And today, Mr. Mnangagwa thinks Zimbabwe is his personal property. It is not. It will never be. That is why we are here and the citizens of this country are here. This country belongs to all of us and all who live in it. And it is the responsibility of each and every single citizen in this country to stand up and defend the sanctity of the Constitution. There is no debate as to the sanctity of the Constitution of any country. It was the supreme law of the land. You may amend it. We have seen constitutions being amended, but it has to follow the due process. If Mr. Mnangagwa believes that his 2030 or 35 agenda has got the broad support of the masses of our people, he must put it before a referendum and see what the people say. And I think that it is important that he does so, because this constitution was ratified by the majority of the people of this country in 2013. And if ever there are any changes that need to be made, they must be authenticated and validated by the majority of our people through a simple majority referendum across the country. There is no way out. It may go to parliament and be ratified, whatever the due process, but ultimately it must come before a referendum. And if he gets the majority in that referendum, so be it.
Wow, thank you so much, Mr. Mkwananzi. But there are other people that are saying the opposition and the people of Zimbabwe, the citizens of Zimbabwe, have no dog in this fight because this is a ZANU-PF internal issue. If we talk about defending the constitution, essentially we are talking about helping a faction in ZANU-PF to ascend to power. So should we fold our arms and wait until ZANU-PF has finished its internal fight, change the constitution, and then we jump in to do whatever we think we can do after that? What do you say to that? Because a lot of people right now are not doing anything because they are saying this is a ZANU-PF internal fight.
Look, Chief, you will agree with me, as many people will do, that there is an inextricable conflation between ZANU-PF and the state. And that means that whatever ZANU-PF does has a huge effect on the state of Zimbabwe, because they have managed to conflate their party and the state. And any serious Democrat, any serious citizen cannot afford to ignore what ZANU-PF does. What they've done over the years has impacted on us as citizens negatively or positively. And for that reason, we cannot afford to say that what happens in ZANU-PF does not affect us. In any event, if you study democratization as a science, you learn that there is no change that happens over the world. All the transitions we have seen without an internal implosion of the ruling elite. And for me, as far as I am concerned, whenever there is an implosion within the ruling elite, there is an opportunity for democratization. There is an opportunity for democracy. There are reformists within ZANU-PF. There are hardliners within ZANU-PF. And we must be able to categorize them and exploit that gap opportunity that arises from their differences and align ourselves with the people that we think may be reformists. It's a tactical alignment. It's not a strategic or long-term alignment. It's a tactical alignment. I'm sorry that I have to mention this at a public platform, but we must be able to disaggregate ZANU-PF and say what is the effect or the impact of the things that are happening in ZANU-PF, and how best can we take advantage of the things that are happening. This is a pragmatic approach to politics. It is not an idealistic approach to politics. We cannot wish ZANU-PF away. Morgan Tsvangirai used to say, as much as ZANU-PF is part of the problem, it is also part of the solution. And I think he was correct. So we need to watch closely what is happening in ZANU-PF and make strategic and tactical decisions in respect of what is happening, and making tactical alliances whenever and wherever it's possible to the maximum advantage of democratization in the country.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mkwananzi. Those that are watching, please do forward your questions. We'll read your questions to Mr. Mkwananzi, Mr. Ndlovu, and also to Mr. Timba, whom we are going to connect via WhatsApp because he could not join. Before I allow Barbara to come in and ask a few questions to our guests, I'm going to ask you one more question, Mr. Mkwananzi. So it is a reality. It is a reality that on Friday people will be marching. Of course, this is a march, a 1 million men march that was called by Comrade Geza, obviously in support of the general, Mr. Chiwenga. What should citizens do? What should citizens do if they join the march? Are there any demands that they should make, maybe even prior to the march? Because I don't think it's too late for the citizens to do that. If they were to demand any safeguards, they were to demand anything from Comrade Geza, and I'm only saying this in the context of what is happening in the country, because I know that the citizens must also organize themselves and resist the constitutional change or the legal constitutional change. But in the context of what is happening, what safeguards can the citizens demand to ensure that it's not paper two, it's not 2017 2.0?
Look, Chief Soshe, we have always, unfortunately, undermined our contribution as the democratic movement in this country. And whenever something happens, we feel as if we are joining them. We're not joining them. They are joining us. Since 1999, we have articulated these issues and we continue to articulate these issues. We have warned them about the dangers of consolidating power in one person. We have warned them about the dangers of allowing people to override the constitution, allowing people to override checks and balances in the government structure, the tripartite executive, judiciary, and legislature. We've warned these people before, and today they've realized it. So it's not us that are joining them per se. It is them that are joining us. It is them who are coming on board, and we must welcome them. And I want to say that the citizens of this country will not stand in the way of anybody who is fighting to defend the constitution of this country. We should not do that. We cannot do that. Whoever is coming to fight for democratization, I said at the start of my address that this democratization is centered on the constitution. And the constitution must be sanctified. The constitution must be sacrosanct. The constitution must be the supreme law of the land. And tampering with it must be very difficult for anybody. And whoever tampers with the constitution must be classified as an enemy of democracy, an enemy of the rule of law, an enemy of good collective governance. And as such, we welcome those who are saying, let us defend the constitution. We have authored this constitution. We have defended this constitution, sometimes with our lives and the lives of our comrades. And we will not stop today. But at the same time, we will not stand in the way of anybody who has realized and seen the light and decided to join the democratic crusade of defending the country's constitution and ensuring, in fact, we must be demanding that this constitution must be fully implemented, must be fully actualized, rather than tempered with or altered in the manner that Mr. Mnangagwa wants to do. So yes, we welcome Comrade Gezi, welcome all other comrades that are fighting on the corner of the constitution. There is no better surety than fighting on the side of the law. Never, ever. We are fighting on the side of the law. Whoever wants to tamper with the constitution, we must defend the constitution. We must confront that person in our collective as citizens and stop them from doing that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mkwananzi. Barbara, you can come in and ask questions to Mr. Mkwananzi and Mr. Ndlovu as we wait for Mr. Sitima, one of the student leaders. You'll be joining us and we'll also connect live with Senator Timba, one of the senior politicians. He has been there. He has been there for a long time, and he has been working like an 18-year-old, talking about defending the Constitution. So we want to hear what Mr. Timba says. So please do not go away. Continue to share this video with as many people as possible. This is an important discussion that we are having. Barbara, please go ahead.
Thank you so much, Chief, and thank you so much, Comrade Mkwananzi. for that powerful message that you're bringing to the people of Zimbabwe. What I just want Promise to answer. There's a listener who says, Anziko constitution ikachinjwa, Chamisa chaita sei. I know I would want to comment later. I will comment later on this one, but I just want to give this to Promise.
Chamisa chaita sei.
Imagine.
I mean, so this is about Chamisa only. So Chamisa is the one who has to do something about the constitution or about the country. Seriously, Zimbabweans.
I have said before that ask not what President Chamisa can do, but ask what you can do for this country. The responsibility is in equal measure to Mr. Chamisa as it is to all of us as citizens as he is. And we have a responsibility in our collective to protect the Constitution. We have a responsibility in our collective. President Chamisa has stated that the root cause of all these problems is a contested election, is an illegitimate government, is a government whose legitimacy is contested. And he's absolutely right. We've articulated these issues and we continue to articulate these issues. And I agree with President Chamisa that until and unless we have resolved the contentious issues of a problematic electoral process, we'll continue to have the problems that we're having. Because Mr. Mnangagwa did not come to power through the blessing of the people of Zimbabwe. It does not care what you and I, Chief Soshe and Sister Barbara, think, because he doesn't see us as important or consequential to his power. He sees instruments of the state as consequential to his power, and he wants to manipulate public institutions to perpetuate his unlawful rule in the country. And we are saying no to that. And I'm sure President Chamisa would not agree with that. That is why he's talking about the problematic situation of 2023 elections, which, by the way, remains inconclusive. We have said that the Zimbabwe Election Commission has never announced with what figures Mr. Mnangagwa claims to have won the elections of this country. And SADC is on the same page with us that these elections did not go well. And while we are expecting ZANU-PF to rectify some of the issues that SADC pointed out, they're actually going on the extreme opposite to undermine further the constitution of this country. And that will not be. We call upon every citizen of our country to stand together and say no to this assault on our constitution. I do not believe that Mr. Mnangagwa will succeed in changing the constitution, especially if we as citizens stand together and say, no, enough is enough. It's not going to change the constitution. President Chamisa does not have to do anything. He has articulated the message clearly to the generality of our people of Zimbabwe. It is now up to us to take up that message and action it and ensure that there are no changes to the constitution and ensure that, on the contrary, we are able to execute the necessary reforms so that the next election in which President Chamisa will participate will be a free and fair election and will be an election within the stipulated time that an election is due in Zimbabwe.
Yeah, that's very profound, Comrade Kwanans. And I also think that as Zimbabweans, we should remove that mentality of wanting someone to do to liberate us. We need to liberate ourselves from this bondage of ZANU-PF. Chief, ugwara unoita kuti vanhu vabvunze kuti Chamisa achaita sei. Like Comrade Mkwanazi has alluded to, Chamisa has got his own issues. He knows what he wants. He knows what should be done, the right thing that should be done. But that cannot stop the citizens from doing what they want, because it's a democratic right to demonstrate, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Because all along, people were not allowed to demonstrate. Not really per se, they are not allowed. People, if they demonstrate, they are killed. So who wants to be killed? Because no one wants to sacrifice their lives to say, I cannot demonstrate because I'm going to be killed. But if ZANU-PF is calling for that demo, and people should utilize and take over the people power, people should show these people that we have got the power. We are the people. we are going to they're going to determine their destiny because they are the people. We don't understand. We underestimate the power that we have as a people. Look at other countries, Chief, where they've held a demonstration. Have you ever seen a leader? Have you ever seen them being told what to do, or they do what they think is right? You know, because they know they are the people. They've got the power. That's why it's called the people power, not Chamisa power, but it's the people power. So people should stop hiding na Chamisa. Chamisa is an individual just like any other person. We should not bank everything on Chamisa. I want to blame everything on Chamisa. You know, this blame game, Chamisa this, Chamisa that, Chamisa this. You know, Chief, when Chamisa was still with the CCC, he was being accused of almost everything. You know, he was called a dictator. He had no constitution. He did not go to Congress. He didn't want a Congress. He was excluding other people, blah, blah, blah. And he left and people took over. So those that think they took over from that other faction, the Welshman and BT thing, they took over the CCC. Where is it? You know, we have never seen the Congress. We have never seen the Constitution. They have not availed the Constitution. They have not gone to Congress. I think President Chamisa was far much organized than this other faction that thinks they have it all. They are quiet, you know. They are quiet. They are not saying anything, and they are waiting for Chamisa to come back. You know, when he comes back, then they'll start telling him what to do. So I think what the stance that President Chamisa is doing, this stance that he has taken, I think is the best stance ever. That's the best stance ever. We know, people know what they want. People know which leader they want to follow. That's why you're seeing people are patient. People are waiting. You know, they know exactly what they want, but that cannot stop them from exercising their democratic right, their democratic space. People should occupy the streets, like what you said, Chief, to say if the Mnangagwa is removed the same way Mugabe was removed, people should not move away from the State House. They should put the Chiwengwa to account to say, right, tabvisa Mnangagwa panapa takuendepi. Kana musina kutipa the clear road map, musina kudaidzira kuti my elections are kuitwa rini, musina kuita this, musina kuita, and I think it should be done before the march. People should present. They should not wait for a leader. People should just go and present a paper to Chiwengwa. We are going to march, but we want this. And if this doesn't happen, we are not going to move away from State House. That's what I think.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to ask the same question to Mr. Ndlovu. I know he has been waiting, and then we'll go back to Mr. Mukwananzi as we continue to wait for Senator Timba and Mr. Sitima, President, the UZETA SRC President. Mr. Ndlovu, you are following the conversation. We are sorry to keep you waiting, but we wanted to give Mr. Mukwananzi an opportunity to speak before his network goes haywire. So the same question that I asked Mr. Mukwananzi, what do you think the citizens should do? What safeguards can they demand? Like Barbara is also talking about demands. What demands can citizens come up with? You know, I think Mr. Mukwananzi spoke very well about that. It is oh, okay. Sitima is a Zinasu president. Okay, a correction there. My apologies. He is not UZETA president. He is a Zinasu president. So he will be joining us very soon. He was in the combi when we started the program. So by now he should be getting where he is supposed to be getting. I was saying, Mr. Mkwananzi pointed out a very important issue, that it is the Geza faction that are joining the citizens, that are joining what we have always been saying. We have always talked about corruption. We have always talked about the overlaps on the constitution by ZANU-PF. We have fought against that. That's the very existence of ourselves. That's the very existence of our movement, including back then with Dr. Richard Morgan Changirai. We were always talking about the corruption, massive corruption within ZANU-PF. So we should be the one welcoming Geza and his folks to the opposition space, because they are saying the same things that we have been saying. So yes, people may be joining them in the streets, but in essence, it is them that are joining the people in the streets. But like Barbara was saying, even if we manage to remove Emerson Mnangagwa, the people of Zimbabwe should do it the Sudanese way. The Sudanese, went into the streets with the army, and then after that, the army tried to impose a leader, and the women in particular in Sudan said, we are hearing none of that, and they remained in the streets. So that's what the people of Zimbabwe should be doing. That's the strategy that people should be talking about, instead of pointing fingers at each other, saying, if you are talking about defending the constitution, you are supporting Geza. We are not. We are supporting the constitution of Zimbabwe. We are here as defenders of the constitution. We are here as patriotic citizens of Zimbabwe who do not want to see their constitution being demonized or bastardized, for lack of a better word. But to you, Mr. Ndlovu, what should the citizens do? What demands should they make prior to the march on Friday? It looks like Mr. Ndlovu is no longer there. Okay, we'll go back to Mr. Mkwananzi. I just saw something coming in on my WhatsApp feed there saying Bulawayo has adopted the Friday 1 million march. Obviously, it has started. It will start in Harare. Other provinces, other cities, obviously should follow suit. Mr. Mkwananzi, what do you think is going to happen on Friday? What should citizens do to help this, if they have to help this movement, or to help the 1 million march to be successful? Because personally, I think it is a start. It is somewhere where citizens can start. It is something that gives citizens something to do, instead of folding arms and standing akimbo and allowing ZANU-PF to change the constitution the way they want. And then after that, uzotanga kuti tumu to tumu, tichiti tauda kuita chakati, tauda kuita chakati, iyo constitution yachinjwa, zvinenge zvichabatsirei? What should citizens do right now?
Thank you, Chief. I think my sister Barbara mentioned a very important point, and I want to re-emphasize it and put it maybe more expressly. She talks about citizens presenting their demands. I think that it is also high time where the democratic movement in its totality, including the students' movement, the labor movement, the informal sector, the transport associations, cross-border associations, the civil society in its broader terms, must come together and come up with a people's charter where our demands must be articulated very clearly, so that whoever ends up at the throne is very well aware of the demands of the people of Zimbabwe. Our demands are very basic and commonsensical. The people of Zimbabwe demands an accountable government, a government that rule of law, a government that submits the constitution of the country as the supreme law of the land. This is commonsensical. This is, it's a no-brainer. And we want those things put in black and white by the citizens of Zimbabwe, in which we write together in our collective, say, we, the citizens of Zimbabwe, affirm ourselves to the following principles. And we state them clearly. not just for Mr. Chiwenga. Mr. Chiwenga is an individual who happens to be where he is at the moment. At another time, he may not be there. But these demands are timeless. These demands will always be relevant and will always speak and relate to the issues of the people of Zimbabwe. And that, Chief, I think that we are guilty as charged, all of us in our collective, for failing to come up with a collective national document that we say, this is our peace charter, these are the issues, our timeless issues that will always be relevant at any given moment in time, and that whoever comes into leadership must be aware and be guided by those issues. So we need, it may not be now, maybe Friday is too early, but it is a call that I'm making to the generality of our citizens, to civil society leaders, to church leaders, to student leaders, to labor leaders, to business leaders, that we must come together and draw up at least 10 or so non-negotiable, timeless, and national principles that we say this or nothing. And we stand with those, and those will guide whoever comes to leadership at any given point in time. So that is important. Secondly, we believe that the citizens of Zimbabwe have every right to demonstrate on the 17th, and we are not going to stand on their way. They must be allowed to make the decisions that they want to make and to carry out demonstrations in terms of the laws of our country. We clearly defined on how the demonstrations must take place. They must be peaceful, must be non-violent, no looting, no vandalism of people's properties, just, a peaceful procession with a clear message to the dictator that this far no more.
Thank you, Mr. Mkwananzi. Very clear there. I don't know, Leo, if you have managed to get hold of Senator Timber. We have to bring him on WhatsApp. Barbara, you can go ahead and make your remarks, and then if you still have questions for Mr. Mkwananzi before we ask him to give us his closing remarks as we wait for other speakers. But it'll be nice if you can ask him 1 or 2 questions as we wait for Senator Timber. Okay, Barbara. Looks like Barbara, you cannot hear me for some reason.
Oh, sorry. I was on backstage, because my network is acting up now. I don't know why. Yeah. So, I think I'll keep on emphasizing being an activist, Chief.
Just a moment, Chief.
Okay, you got Senator Timber?
Yeah, I now have him on the phone.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Senator Timber, welcome to the program. Mr. Mkwananzi, please don't go away. We want to give you your opportunity to give closing remarks, but we want to go to Senator Timber right away. Senator, we apologize for the network problems. Obviously, that's one of the social ills being brought by ZANU-PF. Everyone should be able to connect anytime. But anyway, we are talking about the Constitution here, and you are one of the people that has been relentlessly every day speaking about defending the Constitution. Obviously, that ZANU-PF is at a conference in Mutare, and they are talking about changing the Constitution, and that's something that you have been fighting against. So you can go ahead and address the people of Zimbabwe and tell us what you think about what ZANU-PF is about to do.
Hello, Chief.
Yes.
Network here down, reconnecting, so I don't know, but network here down.
Okay, you can try to call him after 5 minutes while we give Mr. Mkwananzi an opportunity to do his closing remarks. Barbara, are there any questions from from our viewers and listeners towards the topic, so that Mr. Mkwananzi can just tackle everything at once? Okay, Mr. Mkwananzi, you can go ahead and just give us your closing remarks about the issue of the Constitution. To our viewers and listeners, please do not go away. We are still here. We still have 35 minutes to go. We are still waiting for Mr. Sitima, and we are waiting for Mr. Timba to reconnect. Over to you, Mr. Mkwananzi.
Thank you. I want to retrace my argument where I started it, which is to say that the Constitution is the cornerstone of our democracy. Anybody that tampers with the foundation of your house tampers with the whole house. Anybody that tampers with the Constitution accordingly is an enemy of democracy, is an enemy of the rule of law, is an enemy of good governance, and must be confronted. And as such, we will stand with whoever is standing on the side of the Constitution. I've also said that we're not joining anybody. It is people that are joining us on the right side of history. And we welcome them and we will support them and we expect them to support us back. Number 3, we want to see the authorship of a national consensus document that will express the wishes of the people of Zimbabwe in their broad collectivity. And that document must be the guiding compass of our struggle in Zimbabwe, our struggle for democracy, our struggle for justice, our struggle for economic access, and many others. They must be encapsulated in a succinct document that articulates the aspirations of the people of Zimbabwe and that guides the struggle for change at any given time in our life. In South Africa, they have the Freedom Charter, and I think it has been a timeless document that we must emulate, and we must come up with our own document which will remain the guiding compass of this struggle. Last but not least, Mr. Mnangagwa cannot and should not be allowed to tamper with the Constitution, not least to extend the term of office to benefit himself. The Constitution is even clear that even if he were to win a referendum, the Constitution, the amendment should not benefit the incumbent, it fit the future leaders. And it makes it literally impossible for Mr. Mnangagwa to amend the Constitution and benefit from the amendment, which is a good thing, a key safeguard of our Constitution. We must uphold it. We must protect it as citizens of Zimbabwe. Let us continue to fight corruption. Let's continue to fight nepotism, looting, and all these things that deprive Zimbabweans of the economy that they deserve. And we will be there. We will stand with the people. We are standing on the side of history. We are together. Victory is certain. Let us move.
Wow. Thank you very much, Mr. Mkwananzi, but please do not go away because someone just said, Chief, you are not monitoring the questions on Facebook and on YouTube. So I am asking my team, please, let's go to Facebook and YouTube so that we give a chance, an opportunity to citizens to ask questions, and Mr. Mkwananzi can respond before he goes. There's a comment here, we should not give ZANU-PF an opportunity to even go to the referendum. We cannot accept a result that will come to and from a referendum which will be done in an environment that enabled ZANU-PF to steal elections. Who will conduct the referendum? ZEC, we need to demonstrate now, not when there is a violation. We, with all due respect, Comrade Promise must correct his statement. You see, we do not want people to, okay, there's another one. Mr. Promise, take note of that. Yes, we may not engage with Geza revolution in the 17 October march, but as a citizen-centered movement and with the vision of President Chamisa, do we have any other channel, route, or formula in the pipeline to defend the Constitution which is not the 17th of October. Very, very good question, very pertinent question. Okay, we can give you an opportunity, Mr. Promise, to respond to the two questions or comments as we go to other questions. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. Very important point made here that Zek, by the first comment, where he says that Zek is even unfit to conduct that referendum. Who is going to conduct the referendum? We don't have a body that has the credibility to conduct a free and fair referendum. But nevertheless, I've also stated that even if Mr. Mnangagwa were to win that referendum, the Constitution still says that he himself cannot benefit from that amendment. But I believe that no matter how rigged or flawed that election will be, the people of Zimbabwe will never accept Mr. Mnangagwa to change the constitution, and more so to attain a 2/3 majority, a simple majority in terms of the referendum. It's going to be near impossible. And yes, the second question says, are there other channels? Look, we are going to use every means permissible in a democratic society to express ourselves in respect of our opposition to the tampering with the Constitution. If Mr. Geza makes that call, we must amplify it. If Mr. Shoshe makes that call, we must amplify it. It is one message, many voices. It doesn't matter who the voice is. What matters is that our voices are collective and speaking to the same issue in one clear message, that no to the amendment or tampering with the Constitution of the country.
Yes, but there was a question at the back end of the first question that was saying who will conduct the referendum, that we may think, obviously the people who vote against. It's Zek. The person was saying Zek has already done a lot in terms of being unfair with elections. Do we trust Zek or any other ZANU-PF appointed commission to run that referendum and give a clear verdict of the people that is not manipulated?
As it stands, Chief Soshe, there is no body or institution in Zimbabwe that has credibility to conduct an election. And SADC did confirm that. And I've said it before in previous interviews that ZEC, as it is presently composed, is unfit to conduct any election in Zimbabwe. That's why I have not participated in by-elections, because the by-elections are a sham. As much as if a referendum were to be conducted under the present circumstances, or even a general election, it will be a sham. We must refocus our energies towards ensuring that the reforms that were recommended by SADC are implemented and adopted. And only then can we have a free and fair election. There is no election under the sun that can be conducted under the leadership of Chigumba and the cronies. That is not an election. It's a sham. It's child's play, and it does not reflect the wishes of the people of Zimbabwe. So yeah, that is the dilemma that presents itself before Mr. Mnangagwa. Doomed if he goes for the referendum, doomed if he doesn't. Neither of them will give him a favorable outcome. And the best he can do is to surrender this country to the people who own it, which is the generality of our people, the people of Zimbabwe.
But Mr. Mkwananzi, I mean, while we're waiting for more questions that are coming through, that are going to be put
I have a question, Chief.
Okay. I will hold my question. I have a very explosive question to ask you, Mr. Mkwananzi. Barbara, go ahead.
I'm here.
Okay. I don't know whether I'm clear. My volume is just suddenly it just went low.
Yeah, very clear. Yeah, very clear.
Okay. There is I don't even know where to start. The issue of the MPs, our MPs who were voted in 2023, we're seeing a majority of them being compromised, dining with ZANU-PF, forgetting about the people, doing, as they please. I know an MP is a mouthpiece of the people, but, it's also now, the people are now losing, trust in people that they are voting for. So, Comrade Kwanans, what are you saying? What are you doing to the people? What are you saying to the people who have been let down by the MPs that they elected? You know, I'm in so many groups where people are actually pained that I wasted my vote and voted for this MP. Now they're not even doing the feedbacks in their constituencies. They are doing things that they've not been sent by the people. What is your comment on that one?
Well, I must say that when these people were elected, there was a clear roadmap which was drawn by President Chamisa, and which most of them have since abandoned. The roadmap was very clear: was that you go to parliament, you articulate the issues of the people, you represent the people, you interact with the people in your respective constituencies, and gather their views and represent them in parliament. And certainly, the people of Zimbabwe, wherever I go, wherever I've been, are against the amendment of the constitution. And we have not seen that articulation from our members of parliament to say that we are opposed to this amendment. We are opposed to what Mr. Mnangagwa we've the MP is speaking about peripheral issues. Hello?
Yeah, please
Hello?
go ahead. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yes, yeah. And you then realized in retrospect that President Chamisa was absolutely right when he left the Triple C. He realized much earlier than all of us that this had become a contaminated vehicle which could no longer take the people of Zimbabwe to their cherished destination, which is a democratic Zimbabwe. And he disembarked, as much as we did as well. We disembarked from that bus and left it to do what it does. So yes, much as we might be worried, let us not worry about the MPs so much. They are only a fraction of our population. Let's worry about the generality of our people. Let's worry about building a viable people's citizens movement that will work together in harmony to bring about the necessary changes and aspirations of the people of Zimbabwe.
Yes, and a follow up to that question, because it looks like Barbara was walking in my mind. Sometimes
Yes.
it does that. After all, we are twins. Born on the same day. We celebrate our birthday on the same day. So there's a question that is almost similar to that, but not specifically to the members of parliament, and not that I'm defending them, but it looks like even the generality of the people that that form our movement in the groups. You are in the groups. You have seen some of the comments. I'm in the groups. Barbara is in the groups. You have heard people, conversations like, well, let's prepare for 2028. Ngatisiyanei nezvanageza izvo, ngatisiyanei nezvana Chiwenga and ZANU-PF internal fight. Let's get prepared for 2028, and they come up with this and that, all sorts of things. Should anyone be talking about 2028 right now, when the constitution that we are saying let's fight for is the constitution that will protect anything that may happen if it happens in 2028? Should people be investing their time, their energy, their resources in talking about 2028? Should we not then end up, or some people end up saying, these people just want to go to parliament. They want to push for the 2028 election so that they go on the feeding trough. They go to parliament, they go to council, and they start doing what they do when they get there. Because I don't understand why someone will be focusing on an election that may not be there, instead of focusing on the constitution of the land that is about to be trampled upon.
Absolutely. I want to say that there may not be an election in 2028 if we don't defend the constitution, and
exactly.
That is quite clear. It's as simple as it gets. So you cannot ignore what is happening, and you cannot allow Mr. Mnangagwa to do that and expect that there will be an election. There will not be an election, not just in 2028. There will actually won't be an election in 2033 if Mr. Mnangagwa is allowed to get away with this. So I think this must sink in the minds of all people. And an election should never be about going to parliament. or going to council. It must be about the presidency. We have participated in elections since 1999. And the conclusion we have come to is that we might win as many seats as possible, as many councils as possible. As long as we do not win the presidency, we will not have enough to change the course of our country. And that is the focus of this fight. Those that want to go to parliament for the sake of going to parliament, they're in the wrong place. They don't belong to us. We belong to a group of people who are fighting for fundamental transformation of our society. We're not fighting for seats to be in parliament or to get cars or to get coupons and all those things that we hear about. We are here to fight for the fundamental transformation of our society. And that is, I think, the psyche that our people must be in. And that psyche may require that even the 2028 election itself, even if it doesn't happen or it happens, doesn't matter. What matters is that the fundamental reforms that are required for a free and fair election must obtain in the country. And when we are satisfied that the constitution is fully actualized and fully alive, all its cylinders are firing full throttle, then we can have an election which will produce a free and fair process that will produce an undisputed leader.
Wow, powerful. Thank you very much for making that clear, because I think as a movement we become a laughing stock if people are reading those comments and they're just thinking that as a movement we are focused on amassing power, getting into council positions, into members of parliament positions, instead of delivering real change to the people of Zimbabwe. It is very unfortunate. But we want to give an opportunity to the people that are here. I think we are going to apologize to Senator Timber because he failed to connect, and we'll get him an opportunity to do that. We'll definitely organize another program either tomorrow or on Thursday so that our viewers and listeners can get an opportunity to hear from Senator Timber. So we're just going to round up with questions and comments from our viewers and listeners with Mr. Mkwananzi. We are about to finish. The people's spokesperson, you may as well endure the last 18 minutes so that we finish together. I know people are hungry for information. They want to hear what is happening, what is going to happen on Friday, what may happen, what may not happen, what is possible, what is not possible. People are confused as it is. But it is our duty as Change Radio and as the people and as citizens that are part of this movement to make sure that we give you as much information as possible so that you can make informed choices. We are not here to dictate to you what you need to do, but we give you the information that you need. Leo, can you please bring up more questions, more comments from the people as we round up? There was someone who wanted to say something. Barbara, was it Barbara or was it Mr. Mkwananzi? Let's go to the streets. That's what someone is saying there. Let's go on with the comments. Please keep them coming. A government that cannot secure the future of its young people has no moral claim to extend its own future in power. That's one of our listeners that is writing that. And I'm also seeing on my WhatsApp feed someone saying the members of parliament in Madagascar impeached the president. We all know what has happened in Madagascar. There was a massive demonstration. We see that demonstrations work. There are people that have always criticized us as we went to the United Nations in New York to demonstrate as citizens in the United Kingdom, Zimbabwean citizens in the United Kingdom were doing weekly demonstrations in South Africa and even in Zimbabwe. And we're always criticized and told that demonstrations do not work, protests work, demonstrations work, any kind of pressure does work. The evidence is there. We have seen it. Right now, we are seeing it unveiling in in Madagascar, if people protest, if people come together, citizens do have power. Sometimes we just do not realize or recognize and appreciate the power that we have, the people power that we have. But we do have power. If we come together, these Mnangagwas will be a thing of the past. Even the general himself will be a thing of the past, as long as people come together and say no, and no to any sort of manipulation that we may see. Coming back to you, Mr. Kwananzi, just give parallels to what is happening in Madagascar. A funny thing happening, Madagascar was just given the chairmanship of SADC just last week by Emerson Mnangagwa, and boom, the people of Madagascar say, we don't give a damn about you being SADC chairperson. We are going to get Barbara. Come on now. Leo, can you hear me?
You can go ahead, Chief. We can hear you.
Okay. Is Mr. Mkwana still there? I'd asked him a
No.
question. Is he still there?
No, he left.
Oh, okay. All right. We want to thank Mr. Mkwana. I think he gave as much as he could in terms of what is happening in Zimbabwe, and also the way forward. We'll continue to play some of his audios even after after this program. Please, if you have not joined our WhatsApp channel, do join our WhatsApp channel, and also. Leo, can you mute? We also now have an audio from Senator Timber. We are going to play that audio so that you can listen to his remarks. But like I promised you, we are definitely going to organize another program for him to come and address the people and speak, and you'll be able to interact with him, and it will definitely be it will definitely be on Twitter, where we are more interactive. So please, Leo, you can go ahead and play the audio as we round up our program.
I'm
just waiting for Leo to play
on the defense of our
the audio.
The single most sacred covenant between the state and its citizens. Why is this conversation mattering now? We meet at a moment when the rule of law in Zimbabwe faces its greatest test since 2013. The ruling party has now made official its intention to extend the president's term to 2030, a move that openly violates the spirit and the letter of the constitution that the people themselves adopted in 2013. This is not a technical amendment. It is an attempt to rewrite the people's will. And once the will of the people can be rewritten by those in power, democracy ceases to exist. Our constitution is unambiguous. The president's authority to govern derives directly from the people, not from parliament, and not from the party in power. Parliament may make laws, but it cannot manufacture legitimacy. That legitimacy flows only from the people's consent, expressed through free and fair elections within fixed constitutional limits.
We're just waiting for
Any
Leo
extension
to
of
get ready
presidential terms without a referendum
to
is
play
therefore
the
unconstitutional
audio
and
from
illegitimate.
Senator Timber.
The so-called 2030 agenda is being sold as continuity to finish projects or compensate for lost COVID years. But in truth, it is continuity of something else. It is continuity of unaccountability, continuity of corruption, continuity of power without consent. The Constitution sets limits precisely to prevent that. Term limits are not an inconvenience. They are a safeguard, a safety valve to ensure that power remains a trust, not a possession. When constitutional order collapses, it is not politicians who pay the price. It is citizens. When the state loses credibility, investors retreat, jobs disappear, and poverty deepens. Rule of law is not an abstract idea. It is the foundation of every school built, every hospital equipped, and every job created. And when 3 billion can vanish into private hands, as recent leaks allege, while power is being extended instead of accountability enforced, it becomes clear that corruption is no longer a crime. It has become a system. That is why I've called for a full forensic audit of all public contracts tied to those allegations. Before anyone speaks of new political terms, let us first account for the billions already stolen from the people's future. What is the pathway forward? Should it be renewal or a regression? Defending the Constitution is not a rebellion. It is responsibility. Our generation must now choose. Will we be remembered as the citizens who allowed the Constitution to be torn apart, or those who stood up peacefully, lawfully, but firmly to defend it? Across Africa, citizens are rediscovering their power. Senegal said no to term extensions. Zambia, Malawi, Mauritius renewed leadership peacefully through the ballot. So did Botswana. Zimbabwe can do the same. We must move from fear to faith. Faith in institutions, faith in citizens, and faith in the rule of law. In closing, moderator, in the end, this is not about personalities. It is about principle. Power must never outlive its purpose. And constitutions must never be written for convenience. Let us defend our constitution not because it is perfect, but because it is ours. And because in defending it, we defend the idea of Zimbabwe itself. I'm honored to join this important conversation on the defense.
Chief, you can go ahead.
For our constitution.
Thank you very much. Unfortunately, I couldn't hear what Senator Timber was saying, so I will not be able to comment on that, but I'm just grateful that the people were able to hear what he was saying. Hopefully they were, because I went on YouTube, but I couldn't hear anything. I mean, maybe it's just me on my side. But it's 6 minutes to the hour, and we are just about to wrap up. And I'm seeing that Mr. Mkwananzi is back, which is very, very, very good, because he will just close us out, give his closing remarks, and we'll be able to finish the program like I promised you, Mr. Timba, and the president of Zinasu, Mr. Sitima. We will organize another program for them either tomorrow or on Thursday, so that you get a chance to hear their views. Mr. Mkwananzi, as you close, we actually want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here with us and speak to the people of Zimbabwe. We have viewers on YouTube, on TikTok, on WhatsApp, on Facebook, and also on Twitter now. So if you can just talk to the people as we close, so that they understand their role and what they need to do, where they need to be, because I know a lot of people are confused. They don't know what to do. They don't know whether to support the 1 million march. They don't know whether to just wait, to just sit back, relax, and watch as ZANU-PF trample the people's constitution. I know the people of Zimbabwe don't want to do that, but if they are not sure of what to do, they will not be able to do anything. They will remain in confusion. Mr. Mkwananzi.
I think, is he still there, Leo?
He was there a moment ago, unless he has dropped. Okay, Barbara, you can go ahead and give your closing remarks with regard to what we were talking about. If Mr. Mkwananzi comes back, we'll give you an opportunity to give his closing remarks or answer the question.
Okay, thank you so much, Chief Shoshe. Maybe in closing, I just want to comment on what Honorable Timba said. The audio is very powerful. I think we'll need to circulate it again, Chief, in all the channels. On its own, the audio is very, very powerful. And like he said, it is everyone's responsibility to defend the Constitution. It's not the ZANU-PF Constitution, but it's the Zimbabwe Constitution. So if you are a Zimbabwean, we have the anzi unemsenzekete wekudhifenda bumbiro remutemo, anzi iwe neni tine basa. Harizi basa reZANU-PF, harizi basa raChiwengu, harizi basa raGeza kudhifenda Constitution. And I think it's just that one Chief, they don't even care about things that matter. This issue of Constitution defending, it has been going on and on and on. Those that frequent on Twitter, on the X, this is the things that there's been discussed on X. On other platforms, the WhatsApp platforms, they must go to Change Radio, join the WhatsApp channel of Change Radio. They will see it didn't start with the Geza Revolution, Chief. We've been talking about the Constitution because we have our issues as the opposition, the unresolved 2023 elections, where it was very clear that Mnangagwa did not win the election, and where it's clear that ZEC did not do its job very well. So it's like we are saying as citizens, no elections without reforms, no elections without fixing the 2023 election. So this is our position. So going forward, Chief, on the 17th, it's the people that are going to defend their constitution. It's not Geza, it's not Chiwenga. They are now singing our song that we've been singing since 1999 when MDC was formed. We have always made our position very clear as opposition, Chief. We know exactly what we want as a country. But here's an opportunity, so we must not give them credit The credit must go to the people. It's the people that are going to remove Mnangagwa, not Chiwenga, not Geza. That's why you see the other attempt, that much it failed because people didn't buy in the idea. So without the people, those Geza is nothing. Chiwenga is nothing without the people. And we know it clearly that most of ZANU-PF members are not going to partake in this demonstration like they did in 2017. ZANU-PF members were not there. It was the opposition, the civil society that marched on the 2017 chief. So people should just know their worth, people power. Without the people, they are nothing. Without the people, there's no parliament, there's no MPs. Without the people, it's that people do not want to exercise their power or do not know how to exercise their power. So now is the time to exercise their rights, their power. The constitution can never be butchered in their presence. Look at how many times the constitution has been amended. They've been amended, the constitution, and people were quiet amending. So they were testing the waters, chief. They were amending the sections that they know that the people do not even care about. Now they now want to go to Mongo, and they want to see kuti vanhu vanoziva here kuti term of office ya president cannot be changed by a political party. It has to go back to the people. It has to go back to the referendum. But do we want the referendum? Whose referendum? How are we going to vote? Tichivotiswa nezek yakakondemwa neSADC. Why go to that? We must not let this happen, chief, in our eyes. People should start talking in churches, in kumabawa, mumabhazi, mumakombi, muzvitima, mumandege chaibo. People should talk about this issue. This is a national question, a national issue. So if you keep quiet, if you keep quiet and think you are urikukaurisa chamisa, wakarasika. Anzi, is it Malcolm X who said our lives begin to die when we keep quiet about things that matter. So this is the thing, this constitution matters to us. So if we keep quiet, it means we are dead. We are just as good as dead. I was there, chief.
Okay, thank you very much, Barbara. And I also want to take this opportunity to thank Mr. Promise Mkwananzi. Is he back by any chance? Is he there? I don't think so. And also to thank all the citizens that have been here, that are here. Let's continue the conversation. As Barbara said, the issue of the Constitution is a patriotic duty. It's the duty of everyone, every caring Zimbabwean, every Zimbabwe-loving citizen, every patriotic citizen must be ready to defend the Constitution when it is about to be butchered. We cannot fold our arms. Folding our arms and standing akimbo while the Constitution is being trampled upon. Folks, it's not a choice. That cannot be a choice. It is the duty of every Zimbabwean right now to make sure that we stand in the way, we stand in the gap, and ensure that Emmerson Mnangagwa does not change the Constitution. I agree with a lot of people that were writing in their comments, including Advocate Masie, who was saying that we should not even allow ZANU-PF to take this to the referendum. We must stop it right now. We must stop it right now. It must not even go through Parliament. And this is also an appeal to all the parliamentarians that may be listening, and please do tag every parliamentarian. They should not betray the people of Zimbabwe and vote for this constitution to be changed. We know it has to go through parliament. And we know that there are people in parliament that we can count on. There are parliamentarians that we can count on. I am not going to sit here and paint every parliamentarian with the same brush. I'm not going to do that because I know there are constitutionalists in that parliament. So my appeal is to them that let us defend the constitution. Let us defend the constitution of the land. Do not be tempted by trinkets. Do not be tempted by GD6s. Do not be tempted by stands, housing stands, by land that belongs to the people of Zimbabwe, that belongs to you anyway. You're just being given what is yours, and you're being told to betray the people that voted for you, the people that put you in that position. Because right now, we have two lines of defense that we are left with. On Friday, as people march and say no to any illegal changes of the constitution. And then if that fails, and I don't think it will fail, but if that fails, it means ZANU-PF will now be taking this issue to the parliament of Zimbabwe. So instead of castigating, instead of doing what we have been doing, fighting each other, putting dirty on each other, let's reason together. That's why I wrote on my Twitter today, even on my Facebook, I was saying, let's reason together. Come, let's reason together. Let's reason with these parliamentarians so that they do not get tempted and vote any way that will lead to the constitution being changed. And us as citizens, let's do our part. Let's support what is going on Friday. And as we have repeatedly said on this program and the programs before, we are not saying let's support what is going on because we support General Chiwenga. No, we are saying this because there are some people somewhere that are talking about things that we've been talking about the constitution being butchered, being bastardized, being trampled upon. The Geza faction, and we are saying let's fight together and stop ZANU-PF from changing the constitution. We'll see you again in other programs. Thank you very much. May God bless you.
Terera, 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 a change radio. Terera, 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 a change radio. Terera, 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 a change radio. Change radio.